Welcome back, my wild-hearted women, to the exploration of this book, Women Who Run with the Wolves. In this episode, we dive into chapter 1, La Loba, the Wolf Woman, a story that holds key to reclaiming our wild essence. As we've been discussing in the previous videos, this book isn't just about going through these myths and stories. It's about understanding the lost, instinctual nature of women through these myths and stories. But before we explore what Laluba means for us, let me take you into her world. I'll tell you the story in brief in my own words. I hope I'm able to do the justice to this beautiful story. Somewhere in the desert of Southwest, they say there lives a woman, an old woman in a cave. She's called Laluba, the wolf woman. So she's not seen often, but people who do see her say that she's often seen collecting bones and preserving bones, especially the bones of desert creatures that are endangered, like rattlesnakes, deer, crow, etc. But her specialty is gathering and preserving bones of wolves. Some people say that she has been here for centuries, collecting and preserving what has been lost. So what happens in the story is that when she's finally collected enough bones of wolves to form a proper skeleton, what she does is that she lays it in front of her, all the bones. Then she sits by the fire to study the structure, the whole structure. And then she starts to trace the structure with her fingers piece by piece. And once she's prepared the whole skeleton, whole structure, then she thinks about what song she would sing. And once she knows what song to sing that has come through her soul, then in the stillness of night, she begins to sing that song. And as she goes deeper into singing this song that's coming through her soul, something miraculous happens. The bones begin to flesh out, and the creature eventually becomes muscular and furred. The wolf's body takes shape again. And as her song rises even more, filled with longing, with power, with life itself, the wolf starts to breathe again. Then, in one final breath, Laloba sings her creation back into being. The wolf opens its eyes, leaps up, and runs into the mountains, alive once more. And this part is very interesting. The wolf, while running, eventually transforms into a laughing woman, disappearing beyond the horizon. What do you think about it? It is interesting, right? But let's understand, what does this story actually mean for us? What is the symbolism of this story, and how can we interpret this story to understand ourselves better? When I was reading this story, I understood Laluba as this old wise woman who sits within each woman. This part of us has seen everything we have gone through in life, how we have stripped away or hidden away the parts of ourselves that we once thought were unwanted, that we were ashamed to accept, or the part of us that we felt was too much based on how the external world saw us. But I also want you to imagine that Laluba is not just this inner single presence. She exists within me, within you, within every single woman as in an individual force, and also as part of the collective feminine wisdom. She is the knowing one, the one who sees beyond illusions. And whenever we feel something is not right in our lives, whenever we feel disconnected or misaligned, we feel like something is wrong with us or something is missing inside of us, we can simply allow ourselves to connect back to our Laloba. We can call upon her. She's always there waiting for us to call her. Now, also, as we discussed in the last video, Dr. Clarissa explains that bone represents the indestructible part of us, that indestructible part of the soul that never dies. And when we talk about bones as in the plural, we are really talking about all lost parts of ourselves, the parts we abandoned along the way when we chose not to live our truth. Think about all those moments when we were told to be less loud, less emotional, less wild, less sensitive, less passionate, blah, blah, blah. The moments when we chose to shrink ourselves. In all those moments, we lost parts of our authenticity. But Laluba, the old wise woman within us, the part that we can call upon for help, is always there, holding all those parts. She has been collecting those lost parts of ourselves, keeping them safe for us, waiting for the moment when we are ready to reclaim them. And when that time comes, when we are ready to reclaim all the lost parts of us, we take help from her to sing those pieces back to life, one by one, integrating them back into our being, into our psyche. I also want to highlight something important, something interesting from this story. So Loba, this character that we have studied in the story, she lives in a cave, and it is there where she's collecting all the bones. The cave, in many traditions, is symbolic of womb space, the sacred space of the feminine, the seat of our feminine energy. Just like La Loba gathers all the lost bones, our womb space holds all the memories and wisdom of all the lost parts of ourselves. So this is where your La Loba resides, sitting there waiting for you to reclaim these parts. But it is through the deep connection, this deep listening, that we can bring ourselves back to home. Now it's time for the journaling and embodiment practice for this story for this week. So to embody this beautiful story of La Loba, let's do a simple but powerful exercise. So you have to take some time to do some journaling work. So first write down what parts of you have been forgotten. What dreams, desires, instincts, or emotions have been buried under responsibilities, expectations, or fear. Just write down anything that comes up. Don't think too much. Maybe it's a creative project, or maybe a part of you that you have silenced, or maybe a deep longing that you have simply ignored. And once you're done writing this, I want you to move into the embodiment practice. Find a quiet space. You can sit on the mat on the floor, or you can be on your bed as well. And then just become really present with your body. And then allow your body to move and breathe the way it wants to as you do this visualization that I'm going to tell you now. Now, here you have to picture yourself that you're standing in a desert and you're looking for something. Just fully tune into this woman who's looking for something in the desert. She's walking here and there, and she's not even sure what she's looking for, but she knows that she's here for a reason. And the only feeling that she's sure of is that she's not been feeling herself. She's not been feeling whole and complete. And as you're looking around, you suddenly see this old woman approaching you from a distance, and she's carrying a lot of bones in her hands. And as she comes close to you and she stands right in front of you, you look into her eyes. You see that she's not a stranger. She is you. She's a part of you. And then you just remember. You remember that the bones she's carrying are yours. These are nothing but lost parts of you. And then this woman, this old woman, holds your hand and starts to sing a song that only you remember, only you can identify, because that's your soul song. And then she takes you on this beautiful journey to reclaim your wild self. Your journey begins now. Now, for some time, I want you to stay here. Just breathe into this energy, feel into it, tune into the sensations that you are feeling inside your body, and just keep breathing here. Maybe you can sway your body if you want. As I said, just listen to the wisdom of your body. That is you remembering yourself. And then you can finish the practice and bring yourself back into the present moment. So I'll be honest with you, when I created this embodiment practice for myself, which was last week, the moment I logged in eyes with my inner La Loba, I was knocked out for, I guess, 10 minutes, but it felt like I was gone for like hours. I was aware that I was sitting in my room, I was doing this practice, yet I was not there. It was so powerful. It truly felt like an initiation for me. And something really interesting happened in the end. So as I was gaining consciousness back and I was coming back into the room, I heard a voice that said, "It's okay to slow down and take rest. Don't feel guilty about it." And honestly, I really needed that message in that moment. It was truly beautiful. So try this exercise and let me know what comes up for you. Just remember, once you're done with this practice, you will start receiving insights on your personal journey of reclaiming your wild self, your true essence. So my advice is to keep a journal and start recording anything and everything that you receive. So my loves, Laluba's story teaches us that our true essence can never be lost. No matter how long we have been disconnected, we always have the power to return to ourselves. But it starts with remembering, gathering, and with giving the voice to what was once silenced. In the coming chapters, the journey is going to go deeper. We're going to understand ourselves through different stories and myths and characters. And we're slowly gonna understand more what it means to reclaim our wild essence, our wild self. But for now, tell me, what bones are you ready to sing over and bring back to life? So let me know in the comments what part of the story resonates most with you. And if this journey speaks to you, stay here with me to further explore the wild woman within. I will see you next time.